welcome to the new lecture of lesson ratio and proportion. Today I am here with the exercise 4.2. Okay, now in this exercise you have to compare the ratios. Okay, so let's see first question here. What is the question? Using the property a by b is equal to ak by bk, fill in the blanks substituting proper numbers in the following. It's very easy. Now let's understand this property. A by b written, here also a by b. Then it is multiplied with k. Now what is k? Here k is constant. K is any number and which is constant. Okay, constant means same. So either you have to multiply numerator and denominator by the same number, or you have to divide numerator and denominator by the same number. Now let's see this example. 5 by 7 is equal to, here the denominator is given 28 and you have to find its numerator. Means if the denominator is 28, so what will be the numerator? If for the 5 by 7, if numerator is 35, what will be the denominator? If the denominator is 3.5, so what will be its numerator? Now let's see how. 5 by 7 is equal to dash by 28. Now see children, here you have got 28. So what will be your k? k क्या होगा यहाँ पर? What you have to do is 28 को 7 से divide करो. When we divide 28 by 7, what you are getting? 4. So it means 7 into 4 is what? 28. And see children, when you have to multiply and when you have to divide, this is the question. See, as here first denominator was 7 and now it is 28. It means the number is increasing. And when the number is increasing, when we multiply. So here this 7 is multiplied by what? 4. Then only you are getting 28. It means the same 5 also you have to multiply by 4. And this 4 is what your k. K is constant, means same. Now let's simplify. 5 4s are 20. So what is the answer? What will be the dash answer here? 20. 20 by 28. Now let's see this one. Okay, now what is given to you? 35 by here dot dash. Okay, now here numerator is 35. It means the number is increasing. And you know children, when the number is increasing, if we multiply, so by what it is multiplied? Simple, just divide 35 by 5. 5 sevens are. It means here what is multiplied? By 7. So what we write down here? 5 into 7 by 7 into 7. Here 7 is what your k. Okay, so what you are getting? 5 sevens are 35 and 7 sevens are 49. Getting? Now let's see the final one. 5 by 7 is equal to, what do you want? Let's see. Here you have 3.5. Now children, observe this denominator. 3.5. At first it was 7 and now it is 3.5. It means the number is decreasing. Now the number is decreasing, it means what? It means what? It means the division is done there. Division is constant. So, in this, now what you will do? In rough you will divide 7 by 3.5. So, what you are getting? Just divide and see. So, when you divide it, what you will find is that this 5 is divided by 2 and this 7 is also divided by 2. So when you divide 7 by 2, you are getting 3.5. When you divide 5 by 2, let's see what you are getting. You are getting 2.5 by 3.5. Okay, so in this way you can solve the second example. First example I have done, second one you can do. Okay, now question number 2 is very easy. You have to find the following ratios. So let's see that one also. Let's see how to compare the ratios. Very easy. Find the following ratios. The first one is the ratio of radius to circumference. You have to find the ratio of radius to circumference. Remember children, when the word in the ratio, when the word there PO2 is there, it means the the statement before 2 will be in the numerator and the statement after 2 will be in the denominator, just you remember. Okay, so let's find out, let's find out the ratio direct. So in the solution, again you will write the ratio of radius to circumference of the circle is equal to, in this way you will write, okay. Here I am not writing, you have to write this statement again, is equal to radius, what is radius of the circle is denoted by r. So here will be what? Radius of circle, and in the denominator what? Circumference of the circle. Now the radius of the circle is denoted by r, and the circumference, what is the formula for circumference? You know very well, 2 pi r. Now just simplify. This r get cancelled. Now what is left in the numerator? 1 by 2 pi. So what is the ratio? 1 is to 2 pi. Okay. Now let's see the second one. Second one is what? The ratio of circumference of circle to its area. Okay. Now in the numerator what you will take? In the numerator you will take circumference of the circle, and in the denominator you will take area. And what is the area of circle formula? Pi r square. So you can do it. Now here I am writing the third one. Third is what? The ratio of diagonal of a square to its side if the length of side is 7 cm. So let's see the solution for the third one. Okay. So let me write solution. The ratio of diagonal of a square, okay, to its side is equal to. Now here you have to find the ratio of diagonal of a square to its side. So here in the numerator what you will write? Diagonal of a square by side of a square. Now side of a square. Now here in rough you can find the diagonal of a square, or direct we have the formula for diagonal of a square is s root 2. S is the side of a square. This is the formula for diagonal of a square upon side of a square. Here and here it is given that if the length of the side is what? 7 cm. So here let us keep s as it is. Now here you will write side is what given to you? 7. Yes. So root 2 will be as it is according to the formula, and here again the side. Let us cancel this, and you are getting the ratio as root 2 is to 1. Okay. So in this way you can solve the fourth example also. What is the fourth one? The length of the sides of a rectangle are 5 cm and 3.5. Now you have to find the ratio of its perimeter to area. Means I already told you the statement before 2 will be in numerator, the statement after the word 2 will be in the denominator. So in the numerator you have to write perimeter of rectangle, in the denominator you will write area of rectangle, and now you can find here length and breadth is given. What is the formula for perimeter of rectangle? 2 into length plus breadth, and area is what? Length into breadth. You put the values, you will get the answer. And children, the same question is there in your problem set 4. Problem set 4, you can see question number 3 is there. Okay. So in problem set 4, question number 3 is just like this only. Okay. So now let's move to question number 3. Compare the following pairs of ratios. Now let's study how to compare the given ratios. Comparison means what? Either the first ratio is smaller than the other, or the first ratio is bigger than the other, or both the ratios are equal. Okay, so in this way, you are till now you have compared many numbers. Okay, so let's see here we have to compare these two. So what you have to do, whenever you have to compare, first you have to observe here. You can see the denominator is not same. So let's use cross multiplication. So here I am using cross multiplication. So root 5 into root 7, put comma and multiply 3 into 3. Okay. So as the order is same, surds we have studied. So 5 7s are 35 you can write. And here 3 into 3 is what? 9. Now children, you can see that here it is written in the square root and it is without a square root. Now if I want to take a square root here, you know what I will do? This 9 can be in the next unit, right? This 9 can be written as 9 square and 9 square is what? 81. Let me write here the reason. Okay, so you know square root of 81 is what? 9. It means the number is same only, but I have written it is in the square root form. So now you compare root 35 is less or bigger than root 81. You can see this is what? Less than 81. So since this is less, root 35 is less than root 81. Therefore, root 5 by 3 is less than 3 by root 7. Okay. Now in this way you can compare the numbers. Let me take second example for you. Children, let's see second example. Compare the given pair of ratios. Again you can see you have to use the cross multiplication. So multiply 3 root 5 with root 125 and root 63 by 5 root 7. Now as you can see, some numbers are in the root and some are out of the root. So let's take all the numbers in the square root. So what you have to do? Take the square of this 3. 3 becomes 9 and in the square root you can write. So 9 into 5 into 125. As the order is same, you can take all the numbers in 1. Now similarly see this one. 5 when I will take inside the root, it becomes 5 square, that is 25, and you will get 63 into 25 into 7. Now find its product. Okay, so let me write the same thing here first. Okay, now the product of these numbers is what? 5625, and the product of this is 11025. Now see, you can see that square root of 5625 is less than square root of 11025. Therefore, this first ratio, it means this 3 root 5 by 5 root 7 is also less than 63 by root 63 by root 125. Okay, so in this way children you can compare all the examples of this question number 3. Now let's see question number 4. First one, very easy. First one is what? Quadrilateral ABCD is a parallelogram and the ratio of angle A and B of this parallelogram is what? 5:4. And you have to find the measure of angle B. Now children, whenever the geometrical sums are there, you know it will be very easy if we draw the figure. So let's see that one. See, question number 4, it's first. Let's draw a parallelogram. Here, this is a parallelogram A, B, C, D according to the question. And what is given? The ratio of angle A and B. A and B is what? 5:4. Now you know if the ratio is given, let the common multiple of the given angle be what? X. So what will be angle A? The measure of angle A will be what? 5x, and here measure of angle B will be what? 4x. So let's write first that let the common multiple of the given ratio be x. Therefore, measure of angle A is equal to 5x. And the measure of angle B is equal to 4x. Now the question is, you have to find the measure of angle B. To find the measure of angle B, you must know the value of x. So let's see which property of parallelogram you can use here. Now as you can see, angle A and B are which type of angles? Adjacent angles of a parallelogram. And you know children, the adjacent angle of a parallelogram is supplementary. So here we write the adjacent angles of a parallelogram are supplementary. Supplementary means 180. So therefore what? 5x plus 4x is equal to what? 180. Will be 9x equal to 180. So that x is equal to what? 20. Now this value of x, as you have to find the value of angle B, measure of angle B. So you will write therefore the measure of angle B is equal to 4x. This value of x is put here. 4 into 20 is equal to 24 is 80 degree. Is what? 80 degree is the measure of angle B. Now let's see second term. Second is also easy. Let me explain you. The ratio of present ages of Albert and Salim is 5:9. So let the common multiple of this ratio is what? X. So Albert's present age will be 5x and Salim's present age will be 9x. Now 5 years hence. 5 years hence means after 5 years. Whenever the word is hence, hence means after, it means you have to add now. So first we find after 5 years what will be the Albert's and Salim's age. So let's see that sum. So let's write, let the common multiple, let's second one, the present ages is given, the present ages of Albert and Salim. Salim is what given? 5:9. Okay, now let's write, let the common multiple of this ratio be x. So therefore the present ages of Albert and Salim equals to what? 5x and 9x. Okay. Now the condition is what? 5 years hence. Here we stop. Let's find the ages after 5 years. So what you will write? 5 years hence. And put comma. So after 5 years, Albert's age equals to what? The present age of Albert is what? 5x. So after 5x it becomes 5x plus 5. You have to add. And similarly Salim's age will be what? Salim's age is equal to what? 9x plus 5. Okay, years. Here you will write years. It's a binomial. Take bracket. Now you see 5 years hence ratio of their ages will be 3:5. So according to the given condition, you will write according to given condition that the ratio of 5 years hence ratio of their ages will be 3:5. So what you will write? You will take its ratio. So 5x plus 5 by 9x plus 5. What is the ratio given to you? 3/5. That is 3:5. Now you use cross multiplication and simplify. What you will get? 5 is 25x plus 25 is equal to 3 9s are 27x plus 15. Now just simplify. 25 minus 15 is equal to 27x minus 25x. Now when you simplify, what you will get? Here, direct I am writing answer. Here you will get x is equal to 5. Okay. And now children, you see you have to find their present ages, and you can see the present ages. What is the present ages of Albert and Salim? 5x and 9x. So what we write? We will write now. Therefore, the present age of Albert is what? 5x is equal to 5 into 5 is equal to 25 years. And similarly, you can find the present age of Salim. What was it? 9x. So 9 into 5 will be 45 years. Okay. So the present age of Albert is 25 years and that of Salim is 45 years. Now in this way we have completed question number 1 to 4. It's 2 examples. Okay. So work hard, practice more, everything will be easy. Bye bye.